Good evening, Free Enterprise fans, and welcome to another Tuesday night mini mystery seed. Our club focused on allegedly shorter mystery seeds. We have on our restream tonight Eskrun and Fiery Blizzard. I am Edgy Dave, and joining me in the restream booth tonight is our restreamer Neil Bari, our tracker Darth Plagle, and my co-commentator Deathlike. How are you doing, Deathlike?
Doing good. It's a surprise to everyone what a seed brings, and like Eskrun's, his name character names. What are the 10% chances? And there are a bunch of them. K summon or like permadeath but having the follow up for Fiery Blizzard. What is the S in Eskrun stand for? That's probably a more important question I'd like answered.
The world will never know.
It's a mystery.
Much like the club tonight.
Yeah. So I think I know we're in the screen, but I think we did take a quick peek. The starting character is a Kain, and I believe it. I do appreciate Kain. His weapons are not great at the end, but there is just a lot of utility in Kain it's kind of an all-in-one thing. He's still strong, still has a good weapon selection, at least for the better part of the game. And jump as a utility, I am a big fan of. It's not quite Edward, where he gets to hide the whole seed, but sometimes you still to order to win battles, you have to still hit something. So Kain will be useful for the whole entire seed, even if you don't want him towards the end.
Right, and looking at these objectives, you don't need our runners aren't going to need immense amounts of power. Except the most difficult check that's an objective is going to be the Odin spot.
Yeah, that's a fast spot with a lot of magic power, so it's one of those, probably one things you want to do last. But hey, we got at least some early tank power early, and hey, I'm not sure if adamants are on, but hey, once we get the hook, maybe we'll get something out of that.
And even if we don't get the adamant armor, you could always get something nice like an Avenger out of there.
Yeah, so in these seeds, the first couple, I guess 30 seconds to a minute, maybe they'll take a fight, check for some certain flags like, can you run or can you dupe, and one of the things that will follow would be seeing is this a seed free? Like, do we have to do a Demas hunt, or will we get a free item from Bedward? So it's always something worth taking a look at before starting. And hey, we know that Sea Naked is on because Dancing Dagger is on Kain.
Also, no dupe glitch. We've had it for the last few seeds, not this one. Both runners did in fact do a dupe glitch correctly.
Can't have dupe but looks like a interesting Baigen at the guard spot, so that shouldn't be too bad. Might be maybe like a kind of a pesky spot, but probably not a worry. When you have a Dancing Dagger, you've pretty much solved pretty much half of the Baigen problem.
And that Tella tells us we at least have earned characters available.
Yeah, that's always good to know. So we can probably, if we really want characters immediately, go to Mysidia for the twins. We'll definitely have to bump into whoever is at Damsian for the hook for the hovercraft, and there's Monor deals. You'll kind of stumble onto the character. So, and we find out, yes, we do need Bedward.
We definitely need Bedward. That leads to an objective.
It's good. I don't think this is going to be taken on too in the immediate future. Yes, Sid is still is powerful, but not that powerful. you have to still take on at least. I've already forgotten who was our initial boss, but whatever following that, can be a little bit problematic. Depending on, like, say, a Golbez, you kind of need a little more help at the very least.
Yeah. We got a decent amount of sparse. That was someone already looted out the public treasury and just left, flame spear, a headband, and something else behind. Is that a Shuriken?
Right now, that looks to be, at least so far, like a T-Pro. I'm not sure. It's not quite. Still not sure because we'll need more loot to kind of make a better determination. So, I think Damcyan Treasury Escrunt will give us a better idea.
That's S Pro. Weapon and armor shop. Nothing was above tier 3 in them. This is definitely S Pro.
At least you can still get Starveil, so that's at least a plus because you never know you'll need them. But that also means that does that typically mean that until we reach the Forge that we can't get the tier 5 items that we do need for like our major grind, like Sirens or Hourglasses
or Bacchus Wine.
Yeah, that kind of that makes having especially if we're gonna build a Berserker party, we'll need more white mages. Tella will probably fit that build, but we'll need someone additionally more durable than him down the line, unless things change.
Any characters you want, you're gonna have to earn. We did not get a character from Damcyan.
Oh, that's okay. So that at least okay. So we had half the thing. That's okay. So that I was. I remember thinking it's free. It's not. We gotta earn our characters. So that's okay. We'll still we'll see a trip up Mount Hobbs for sure. Hoping for a decent character. To kind of have the round out of 4 till Hook appears. Then get a 5th character there, or kind of. Unless we dipping Dwarf Castle that early for character, and at this point, that's definitely not going to be not appealing at this very moment.
No, it's not. Right now, I'm getting kind of pro or standard vibes from the treasure setting.
Yeah. So when we're talking about treasure, like typically any area that would normally have monsters are rated higher than in towns. Safer places, less reward. That's kind of the deal. So places like the waterway where you pick up Tella, that area is still pretty decent at getting treasure. We have a natural chance of getting a tier 6 item, low chance, but at least a chance. Better and kind of usually worth doing it it's like a standard or T Wildish. It's T Pro is still pretty good even then.
Yeah, Pro is not terrible. Standard. Well, if you get the idea that standard, you generally want to go after more dense areas because nothing's weighted anywhere.
Oh right. T standard. That changes the thing, and
that's a nice tier 4 reward.
Well, I guess. Well, that will replace the Sid's standard. Well, current weapon. I think it's just a hand axe, which has actually low accuracy. It's 50%, so it's not terrible, but it's I would compare it to the Charmcoal, but it actually has attack power. So I guess that's a way of looking at it.
The Ogre Axe is really good, so I wouldn't be upset about this.
Oh yeah, this is a definite upgrade. Ogre Axe over Hand Axe. Yeah, that's I can't say like any weapons, especially with these Berserkers, obtaining them early, a good thing. Would be nice to get Kano a better weapon than the Dancing Dagger. Dancing Dagger will still provide quite a bit of utility early, but we'll start to fade fast once we go to the underground.
We'll see who's waiting for us on Hobbs. Obviously, another character for this party would be nice.
Hey,
yes, please get in the party.
Probably will want a trip to Zot. not ideally. Oh, actually no. We have to look at Tell be picked up. So no worries there. Like if there was no exit caster, then Zot starts to look a lot more appealing. This is fine.
And both runners should have a power staff, so Rosa can contribute damage-wise.
Yeah, the unique thing about power staff is it applies Berserk on hit. So there are tricks to applying that to your own party members. Typically, it just means that they need to take their turn, and then Rosa bonks them. With the power staff having 99 accuracy, that's pretty good. If she's in the back row, it's can't. Well, if she or the target is in the back row, that makes her job a little harder. So you gotta take care of making sure people who you want Berserk are in the right positions to make it happen.
It does appear that Grunt's going to go after that Baigen. We'll see what's behind it.
I think that's a tricky spot. I mean, it's a gamble. I think, if you want the character early, probably to absorb all the experience, after doing Fabul or deals. I think at least I can see the value. So this is a gamble not every runner is going to take or choose to take, because the difficulty is usually really gated behind the second boss, not the first. The first one, low HP, so Baigen's arm's not a real threat. But yeah, see, not that much HP, and the arms will, even if they explode, won't likely kill anyone. Though Rosa has a chance of being blown up.
The good news is we already know permadeath is not on, because Fiery Blizzard ended the Dark Elf fight with Rosa face down. And ew.
Yeah, this is the kind of fight you want to avoid. There are ways of dealing with this, but it doesn't. But one of it is not face tanking them. Since they're all considered front row targets, they actually are more devastating than Baigen in theory. The only shot would be like suppressing them with Slumber Sword and having Sid punch things, but that doesn't even that there is no guarantee. Like the Slumber Sword will put them all to sleep. It's just their sleep is a little unique in this game, where there's some level of dependency to even apply the status. There's perfect accuracy by the item itself, but there's a couple extra steps that must be taken before it gets applied.
And the problem is, while you're trying to apply that status, those Dark Imps are punched again. That spot it's very, very punchy. Times 3.
It makes sense to fade it, and Escron taking advantage of at least peeking at the shop, seeing what might be worth picking up later down the line. Although those shops would be capped at probably tier 4 equipment, so at least they'll be better than what tier 3, and tier 3 is a vast list. I don't remember any real highlights. The only thing I usually think a tier 3, I think the Diamond Ring at best, maybe Wizard Shirt. And you can't fade for Bull though. Maybe you could.
We know that K Moon cannot be on, so the only spot on Moon that could have value would be K Bahamut.
But really there for the free character. That would be the only reason. So if we're doing Moon, just take a look at the shop, probably be disappointed, and then pick up the character, and that's maybe see if there's a free boss. If King Queen Evelyn is in Bahamut, it's decent XP. It's probably worth doing, I guess. But that at best, it's hard to quantify how worthwhile even looking at the Moon is outside of the character.
We're about to see what that Sparkle is going to start to come. We know it can't be Pale Dim, but it could be these Lunars.
These Lunars. This is a kind of a problem setup to some degree. Kain will have to do the work. It's a very dangerous spot to have them try to use reflected viruses on you. The spot I think uses Baigen stats. I'm trying to remember how strong his magic is. I think it's okay. It's surprisingly probably better than it you'd think it'd be.
It wouldn't be a terrible idea here. I know Grunt has a Cure 3 in inventory. This would be a good spot to toss Cure 3 at a D-Lunar.
Yeah, certainly worth it. Unfortunately, this negates Sid. So you see S-Grunt trying to avoid punching because unfortunately Sid has no other utility. Peep will while be helpful, but Peep uses the same boss bit as you can't use that skill on a boss. So that's a little unfortunate. So Sid's kind of gonna have to be the potion guy for this round. Kane has to do the work, and now might have to reset because can't do anything unless because you're at the mercy of the breath which is coming up, and S-Grunt knows. Kind of hoping both of them become lunar frogs.
Well, the shop on the moon. You like Ether? 'Cause that's all they got.
See, as I told you, it's gonna disappoint. Look, it's coming true, and looks like both. This is very fortunate. This is perfect timing, because there's one wall and one for one. They tilt themselves. It's a miracle, and sometimes it's. I mean, I thought I would have think of resetting, but gamble in it. Sometimes those perfect rolls won't go that way, and then you waste more time before the reset. So
Yeah, sometimes it just works. We take those.
So now Sid is free to do whatever he wants. We don't put because Toads can't cast magic, and that's all that matters. It's always a good time to see Toads being very harmless as they were.
Please, Grunt. Please go back and save after that.
Yeah, and if you really need healing, you can go up to Cecil's room and get a free heal. But looting is a nice proposition. This is 3 chests are right there. While we'll loot, get some good gear, come back. So I'm probably not taking the free save. It's free healing that is afforded by Cecil's bedroom. So it's always there. It's out of the way. But if you're not looking to, if you didn't buy any camping gear, well, there's your camping gear.
Well, we know the moon is all the camping gear you need, just in the form of Ether 2s.
Yeah, we got, and it looks like a fire. Oh, looks like Quake Kid is on the moon, which you know what would round out this team fairly well. We don't actually know if Sea Hero is on though at all. That Kane's the starting character, so and we know Permadeath is not on, so we'll have to probably should at least verify if if Sea Hero is on. Well, that will probably be verified when Mount Deals is climbed.
Watch how fast these imps take their turns. That'll give you an idea.
Sid should be the slowest, although base level Pelham is actually slower than Sid. So, but Pelham's gained a level, so it's hard. So we'll not quite find out.
Those imps are coming out pretty fast. I don't think it's Sea Hero.
Interesting. So S-Grunt is. Oh, this is the throne.
Yep.
Get Dr. Dialogue. So the only real threat for the most part is the laser sequence. So there's 2 forms. Well, kind of like 3 different forms. So there's the initial fight with the possibility of Banal Z, which is basically a kind of monstrous fight too, and then the kind of the all magical fight of Dr. Luge and telling him about
the real fight.
Yes, the real fight.
Oh, and Grunt's showing us the Power Staff Berserk.
Yeah, this is kind of not tactical. It's they're kind of just kind of doing it correctly, and it's always useful. And fortunately, you can still berserk through that with the weapon, not the spell. Status priority applies more towards spells than anything else, and this beam not harmful, but whatever's left of the HP will be devastating to who gets the brunt of it. So, hoping that Kain does enough work. Oh, never mind.
How about all the work? Is that a good amount?
Hey, he's done speaking. I'm good, and we'll find out that character behind that. Well, probably get yeeted as soon as the darkness is found. Probably get yeeted for Palin. We'll see how that works out. And Val is the first boss on Mount Ordeals, and that does. I mean, at least we have the Kain, but this is not a it's not a threatening fight, but it's scary. It can be scary.
If we had a little bit of magical firepower, this would be nice and free.
Well, it is this first spot, so there's no magic there's no like magic defense, magic evasion problems. Like, even in spin mode, this is effectively free for Palom.
Okay, we get the pan from there, so Baronin, I think, has to be our logical underground access unless Beyond Safe can hit.
That 10% again? Is that? I think that's. I don't think. I'm almost sure that Beyond Safe is not possible, but you never. But you know, it's hard to tell. I'm almost. There's pretty good chance that that this won't. I guess this will probably have the base safe rules where Val, Golbez, or Wyvern isn't gating the key item getting to the underground. So having seen Val there, pretty good chance we're probably not getting a key item to get to the underground from Mount Ordeals. Not impossible, but likely.
Beyond Safe is always off. I just checked the YAML.
Okay, so there's still a chance that this can still be like say the magma key.
Right.
So.
But if this is a magma key, then we know the hook is through Baronin.
Yeah. So, Escort is preparing for that. Probably shopping, getting what is needed. Probably not looking at the Odin Thrower at all until like the key items kind of get stretched out. Like this, since K-Main is on, there's only a small chance that K-Summon is on, and when K-Summon is on, then all the summons are in place. So, I'm sure our runners are kind of hoping that is not on the table.
I think every key item check is hit so far, and we know Baronin has to hit.
Yeah, I think when we have K-Main, I mean there's 17 key items possible in the game. So and there's I think it was like back to like 18 bosses. So that's kind of why it just barely fits. I think something like that.
Neobari pointed out we had an Ogre Axe, so I think that means K-Summon is on, because while the pass is out of the pool, the crystal is in the pool for key items. So a single Zonk means it's more than just K-Main.
Okay, well
that confirms it.
All right, so regardless of what we know, Escort will have his access. This is not a problem. Also,
it is hero.
Yeah. So Kain is dictating agility. We don't know if vanilla agility is on, but I don't. At this point, we're probably not expecting a Cecil in the seed. At least not impossible, but not likely. So I'm not too worried. But why isn't the antlion on the moon? Someone tell me.
The changing room is moon-like. It's linked to the moon. Antlion got confused.
It looks just as shiny as the moon. Okay.
Exactly.
That totally explains it. But someone give the antlion back its sand ruby.
For what it's worth, Cino Dupes is on.
see new. Oh, so I think that's. Oh right. Okay. That's nice. I don't think we found any dupes yet.
No, but we know. But we know if we find a dupe, we can't take them because if you look at the messages from when Fiery Blizzard finished the changing room, the messages for Cecil and Tella getting their upgrades use singular pronouns, which indicates no dupes is on.
I've never. I mean, I've never known this subtly. How kind of. It's hard to notice the difference, but it is. I mean, they look almost the same, but the messages do have a meaning when certain flags are on. So, it's always good to know. And at least, hey, no hook wrap this time. So, yay.
It's little things like that can help you puzzle out a mystery seed depending on what you're working with. Like also, one of the easier ways to figure out no free bosses on when you run into something like King Queen Evelyn, wait to see if they give their speech at the start.
That yes. So, I want. I mean, we have underground access. Do you think we'll be seeing any sort of quick, Evelyn Castle, grind? Not even a grind, just to look for the treasures. Right? I don't. Right now, the best weapon we've picked up was an ogre axe. I'm sure an Avenger would be something great for Kain, or even a decent spear like a Gungnir or Dragoon spear.
We could see that. So great news for our runners. We know where the trap is in the Fey March, so the entire place is free to loot. Always love hitting the trap in one of the first few chests.
Yeah, when you get early underground access through the magma key, it is always certainly worth your time just to bump into the monster chest. The place isn't as dense as say Evelyn Cave, where there's only one chest with the trap with the stale golems or something, and they're not they're not a difficult fight, but it's just one chest out of many, and Evelyn Cave is far, I think, kind of more valuable in some ways, but here it's less dense, but at least you have all the options. And nice dwarf axe.
And that will allow us to back row our Kain and Sid.
Isn't the back row glitch like a 10% chance as well? I don't think it's
I think it's more likely to be on.
Okay, I mean it's sometimes there are seeds where have not specifically like this club, like when we have like any mystery where sometimes the back row glitch may or may not be on, and it is nice to have it all, at least kind of do the thing. And maybe they'll check the Sand Ruby. That
I think we're going to check that Sand Ruby.
Probably I would just try to consider eating the gang if like there's a foo. Even if there's like a foo, I was like eat the yang, have Tella be the anchor, have foo do most of the work at that point.
Hey, it's also an objective.
Oh well, then I guess we have to go. Though we can always. It could be a thought to go there later, but I think with the character options on the table, maybe hoping for a better character, and the free heal is worth the trip. So maybe I mean especially when you take all the damage tiles, like getting the free heal is kind of nice. So you're already incentivized because you went through all those tiles just to get here.
So Fiery Blizzard also getting through those dealers got a little sketchy at the end, but any fight you can walk away from, right?
Yep, but like kind of like a lot of things, you just need one person to live. Doesn't matter who, they just have to win.
That was 103 more HP than Fiery needed.
Sometimes there are just bosses where when you play the randomizer enough, you're like it'd be fine. You're never concerned. They're probably for many runners, they have like certain rules that they try to live by in order to just kind of to to stay consistently alive for every boss battle that comes on. So, and I think we're looking. We're save. Oh, not even peeking the. Was the Feymarsh process even peaked? Just
I don't think Grunt looked at them.
I guess just hoping at that point.
I think it's more this party stood a 0% chance of beating any of them that aren't named exactly King Queen Evelyn or Water Hag.
Oh, still peak for the information, even like because you could at least some runners have trackers. They'll just try to check mark them to say they're there, or even if they didn't take them on. So, but hey, if we here's the crystal. So, yay!
Yeah, we had already pretty much determined someone had to be on because of the 2 zonks so far. There's your confirmation.
Yeah, it's because the safe check is basically banging him on the head with a pan. That is a case summon check, so which is unique. That also means we can get 2 KMs from Sheila, so that would be good. But this grunt is doing the required thing, and hey, do we want him? Well, probably over Yang at this point.
I don't think Grunt has 5 characters yet.
Oh, well, fine. We'll take him. It's fine.
Never mind.
Yeah, that's what's like.
Oh, you got to tell. That's right.
Yeah.
Do we want Edge? Yes, or very yes?
Yes, please. So yeah, probably. Although now, kind of subtly regretting it because didn't have second weapon. Although probably would behoove Escrent to put in the other weapon because that's where the strength bonus comes up. You have Edge with 1 weapon is only the bare weapons bonus, base power plus, and no strength bonus. So it's kind of unique to Edge. So even if it's just a claw, it's better than single weapon Edge.
Okay, JP mentioned able to steal sirens in chat. I did check the YAML, and J drops are always enabled.
Yeah, probably also worth it. I mean, the Edge, notorious thief. Yes. Though in a different game, it would be called treasure hunting, and I would approve of that terminology too. Stealing, acquiring, procuring sirens from alerts. So there'll be a quick trip to Lower Babel at just for that alone. So, and a shot at getting a decent weapon from that too. So I definitely approve of this of picking up this Edge pickup.
So is Edge a procurement specialist then?
Yes, importer exporter. That's one has said before.
Fighter's gonna go take another whack at Baron in, knowing this has to be underground access.
Yeah, that's there's not too many decisions to make when especially early game. You have pretty much 4 key item locations, and you just go do. Probably not necessarily in the order of difficulty. Sometimes you want to pick that character first, and sometimes you want to go up Mount Ordeals. Depends on party comps and comfort of doing it. So it's always it's always an interesting decision when in which order is where these objectives are done.
And now that we know Kain is in fact the anchor, we and with a bunch more levels and Silk Web, these imps should be somewhat less dangerous.
I think I almost think that Kain should be in the back row jumping, and just there's no XP to be gained here. There's no permadeath, so there's no real concerns.
Well, how about get one imp to punch another imp?
Well, it's free damage that I always approve of. The early Yang, and with the Charm Claw, I mean, it doesn't have a second claw, so I'm not sure if he has a second claw, but the accuracy with the single claw is pretty low. It's only 50%, and it could be considered a miracle just applying the status onto an imp. this early in the game.
Yeah, just the Luca key and the adamant rock from Sheila. So that's not no objectives there, but potential progression. So you're not that upset to see it.
Yeah. So did we pick up? There was both games picked up from her yet? I'm not sure if I missed it.
Yeah. Grunted the Panbonk went and got both items. It was Luca from 1, Advent Rock from 2.
Well, we don't have Forge, but it will be a decent Kane item. So there's no. So that's something to be looked at. I'm trying to think of what Kane's items are. Is like he has Able
Gigant Axe,
yeah.
Able Lance, Gigant Axe, Picky Stick.
It looks good. If he's both that'd be nice for him. All those ones worthy of being like kind of tier. Like even the big stuff, I think it's like Excal or something almost, or at least close to it. So, or like at least Excal level. So that's and we judge Berserker damage from Cecil's big stick, and Piggy stick at least bare minimum is a quality quality endgame weapon.
So to answer something in chat about Supersmith, we don't know if the Supersmith flag is on, but that's not relevant because King the Heroes forged a weapon.
Super the applied from C Hero. Supersmith turned on, I think, with here. So it's not, but
the curious going to follow on footstep. They're going to grab the freebie, they grab the freebies. We might have at the bosses down here.
Yeah. Usually it's a thing. It's always a thing. Not everyone does it, but it's ideal that once you get to the underground, you immediately check. Sometimes it's a little deferred, where there might be a grind going to prepare for to visit Feymarch launch by defeating the bosses and getting the key item. So not everyone does it. Everyone has their own thing. But the free key item typically is like a go-to. The go-to reason to come to Feymarch first.
Right, since you're looking for nothing but key items, one of the things we talk about in Free Enterprise a lot is, do your freebies. Why fight or spend time getting a key item when you can just go to a chest and say, look, there's one here.
There are times that there are seeds where the key item from Feymarch sometimes gets you on a wild goose chase. Like sometimes the key item is, as they say, in another castle. So maybe the key item that you need is in Dwarf Castle, and Dwarf Castle isn't a popular place to fade when you're in the underground. Or at least maybe not fade per se, but at least last location.
And people are talking about, how do we know Sea Hero is on? We know Sea Hero is on in this particular seed because Kane went into the changing room alone.
So that was a quick peek at Feymarch bosses. That was kind of disgusting. You have, I think it was Odin in the king spot and Turtle in the queen spot.
The Turtle is theoretically doable. With Sea Hero on, if it's not vanilla agility, that Odin's going to be an adventure.
But we know K Summon is on, so if they contain something worthwhile, it's gonna that adventure is gonna have to happen towards the end.
So chat's been talking about, is Supersmith on? Because Kane is the hero, we are guaranteed to get a Kane Supersmith weapon from the Forge.
Yeah, I think the idea for that is that the Supersmith in vanilla is for Cecil, so having a different hero would provide a different weapon. I think that at least sounds like, at least I'm imagining it, but it's probably the intended goal of Super Smith. So it's kind of implied Super Smith when C Hero is on. So it's a nice thing.
Yeah, that's correct. What C Hero forces Super Smith would be a good way to put it. And it forces it for the hero.
Which also means that if Cecil is the hero, then there's actually better Super Smith options. Although the Cecil pool has some occasional junk.
It's got the Caliburn and the Flandango. So
I'll take my Flandango, please.
I'll take it because it's a fantastic name for a weapon.
I mean, when you name a sword just to take on flan, which are supposed to be confections, I mean, yeah, it's like a spoon, but not a spoon.
The only problem with that weapon is whenever I pick it up, I suddenly start singing Bohemian Rhapsody for some unknown reason.
Oh, probably would love to hear it someday, but this is not the seed. No Cecil as a hero. The seed probably won't be happening, but you know, maybe another seed. Escort is picking the Owen spot, I think, at this point. That's what it looks. That's what it feels like at this moment. Because
it's a good play. Yeah, you got the curse string. You know, Kane's the hero. You've got minus 20 agility. You could just dumpster his agility down to 1. And then I think I'd like to see Tella in slot 1 if you're going to do this, just so you can get a Zerk cast out immediately. But you're anchored well, and it's an objective. You know Summon's on, so it could lead to one of your other objectives. I like this play.
It's an interesting play. I mean, we have other options. I would almost want to do Luca first. It's not a required objective. At least we don't. But I mean, you can at least peek the key item before doing this. And then this is super free.
So you ever spend all that time preparing for a fight, and the game goes, "Nah, you didn't need to prepare."
Escort. Why you do this? Why the freebie here? Oh well. So putting a chance, probably get a decent key item, maybe gating something else. There are still plenty of key items gating, like the Earth Crystal. We do need a Twin Harp to complete an objective. So, and we still need the Tower Key. So those are
and this be number 2 right here.
Yeah. So and as a lot of things, using change row, it's just one person cheering. I mean, but
we got a little dance party going.
Gonna be too long. I think this is like the third sequence of spells, but I think this is it's not. Is it free?
It is.
Okay, well this is I'm counting this.
We know it's free bosses because King Evelyn threatened to send us to the Hades at the start of the fight.
Of course, the speech, because everything we must go down to the Hades. I think. Mylon Zed said that too. So it's one of those.
No.
Oh, is it down?
Mylon Z will always threaten to send us. Will always tell us to go to the Deep Ravine, even if regardless of free bosses.
It's close. It's Hades adjacent. Let me put. And hey, it's a free weapon for Kane now. That's okay. Nice. Not what we want, but hey. Still good.
Go to Baron Basement, get free boss, get objective, get weapon upgrade for your Dragoon. Also, I believe we've confirmed that it's not vanilla traps, because I think Fiery Blizzard opened the Stalemate Skull Chest and did not encounter a fight.
Yeah, vanilla spot traps are. Yeah, that's at least an interesting. I mean, it does make you.
Also,
Yeah.
the warriors were in the second chest in the Fey March.
This is fine. I think one
We got a mute knife. This is fine.
there's also the ogre axe that was acquired from the antlion spot. So that's all. So that should be more than enough. Although that Edgewood should ideally still be upright.
Uh-oh. Okay, good thing we took care of that ogre quickly. We saw the Power Staff's Berserk maybe be used against us.
Yeah, when you berserk an enemy, sometimes, I mean, most enemies punch, so giving them more power, not exactly ideal. And Eskrant is finding, there's an error. We prefer the doll spot. There's a lot of HP there's still a lot of HP to chew through. But at least not a huge threat when you at least have Rosa and Tella to at least alleviate some of it, and a Kain that can go after the big CPU from the back row, which is always a nice bonus.
And we have it's only 9,000 HP. I did not see what that item was, but apparently it was something really. Yeah, Masamune Ace from the Mogres from Nagras, pretty good.
Yeah, the best of Hanzo Steel can offer.
Yeah, I would get out of here right now. Just get while the getting's good.
I don't know. With Fari's business state, maybe still looking for an Avenger or a Dragoon Spear. Like, obviously, we know we can pick up a free Dragoon Spear from the free fight in the Baron basement, but that's right now. Kain doesn't have a really good weapon. Edge is mostly set, at least at this point. Maybe doubling up the Hounds of Steel would be nice, but I think still looking for a Kain weapon at this point.
The funny part is we know exactly where there's a good Kain weapon.
Yeah, will be unfortunate sometimes, and there might be a necessary grant that comes up to it too. So, but it's fine. Edge is going to at least take care of it, having enough power to do so. So that's now. I think the worst thing that could happen to Eskrant after this fight is actually Vanilla Golbez at this point.
Fortunately, this party can handle it. Oh, hey, I have another Dragoon Spear. Now you get while the getting's good.
This is, yeah. But we'll know that, well, at least the second one, since we have no dupes, will be guaranteed darts. So, I mean, that would be, I guess, a plus in Fire Blizzards. For once finding the free King Queen Evelyn, so that's a good. So, but still trying to hope for maybe one more shot at something good, probably for Edge.
Okay, yeah. With the flame, we can clear out the skulls, and the Ogre Axe can do work against Staleman. Staleman, in fact, is a giant.
Yeah. Although I think the Dragoon Spear was equipped, so that doesn't matter. Pal. Kid is on the case.
Yeah, and we have enough firepower. We could simply do that, and Staleman goes away.
I'm wondering at this point, where Eskrant go next? That row next. I think it's a little.
We haven't seen this. I would say we haven't seen a Sura or Magus yet, but we have Mute Knife to deal with them already.
Well, I think, having a better Kain weapon to deal with Magus Sisters is a good thing on the whole. Mute Knife is a decent weapon, but I find that when you have an Edge will play more into the Mute Knife combo, right? So, I think, but yeah, I always like the Rune Axe just for the comfortableness of just trying to take on, especially the Magus Sisters. Not so much Azura, because Azura, yeah, she's also a mage, but. I mean, you could, with Tella in the party, negating her is pretty easy. Magus Sister's a much tougher beast.
That's fair, and it is more comfy having two people swinging with mage effectiveness versus one.
There's always that, and Eskrant only just needs to take care of the attacker, which is nice because attacker only knows one thing: shoot everyone. So and
zap. If doesn't work, zap more.
Hey, it's a plan.
But that still doesn't work. Then use Zap most.
And Fire Blizzard getting the good news. It's free. So we'll catch up to Escrunt on that. But Escrunt will have the opportunity and probably good opportunity to check if the warp glitch is on. So that is, and this is pretty free. We haven't seen either Baron guards, have we? So yeah, we're not taking Porm.
Nope. We haven't seen either one. If this is Baron guards, the Mute Knife will just do dirty things to them.
Yep, and already thought of it. Yep, found the weapon replacement, and good day. Have we seen Kain still on the cursed ring dwarf X setup? Okay, so I guess we're just gonna Escrunt is just lean into that for the duration of the party, unless something better shows up. I guess maybe
I'm looking. Mm-hmm.
Maybe if say Forge, the other piece of the Forge comes up, then that might change, because then you just go maybe switch over to Power Overwhelming instead of Anchor Kain. So.
Right, and looking at the turn order we saw on Grunt's side, Vanilla Agility does not appear to be on. That looked like a perfect setup. That looked like perfect setup for Anchored Kain.
Right. When Vanilla, so the thing about Vanilla Agility, it overwrites Sea Hero's agility. Whoever the hero is would be who is normally the agility anchor, but when Vanilla Agility is enabled, then it follows the regular Vanilla Agility rules. And Cecil is being a special case, so I guess it's time to go to Zot, right? Or pick Luca.
That depends.
Well, I guess at least we have the key, but we don't need the boss. So
it's time to go do music.
I think we're almost in go mode.
We could be,
because you still have to do Harp, and if Harp doesn't have it, then we're going to do Earth Crystal, which should probably have the last. Well, no, maybe not. There's the lower Babel to contend with.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And there's a chance that it's required 3, and Twin Harp just ends the game.
So we'll probably do Harp first, anyways, as it's
exactly.
Do your objectives.
And there's a possibility required 3, so we don't know if it's 3 or 4 required. So you have to do Twin Harp here first in case it's 3.
Yeah. So just again, do the objectives and then find out your fate. Usually be favorable either way. You know what exactly you have to do next, more or less, after that.
Exactly.
There isn't that much left. Moon is out of the equation, so you
there's always K value.
That's true. So I mean, we still need a tower key, and the tower key can still be on the. No, it won't be on the moon, but it'll have to be.
It could be in K value though, because summon is on.
Or Fey March. That is also, which I'm sure Escrunt doesn't even know what the bosses are. Firebird at least has an inkling of what has to be done, and that. But I mean, it will pay off for Escrunt if if the objective literally isn't either a quick Fey March spot. But that's a big if. Oh yeah, Keyless Tower. Yeah, that's always a thing. So there's plenty of options on the table, but doing this is always a guarantee. And do we have taking one or the other out? That's you just want to for this fight. You always want to kind of just kill them all. Mm-hmm. Oh.
Yep. You want everyone paralyzed or down, so you don't have to worry about sitting through Dark Elf script. But I believe it's about time for us to be quiet and let DJ Spoony B play one of his tunes.
Exactly.
And we got done zooming away on our retro airship.
Yep, FF1 airship, nice classic. Hey, we have Forge, but that's not a requirement.
And we also know it's all 4 because we got in the right congratulations theme or message right after getting the Legend Sword.
I think at this point of a matter of routing convenience, probably doing Zot is the next thing.
I would agree.
I mean, we could probably consider doing Lower Babel as the kind of like the other option, but we're already here. If we have to travel back, it's just more time spent. And even if this is Zonk, giving.
Come on, Grunt. You know you want to. You know. Oh.
No, there's nothing. I mean, you got Dragoon. You got what? Dragoon Spear, and doesn't really matter what Sid has. Ogre Axe will hold Sid over for a while, anyways. At best, maybe a Forge visit late, but at this point, we're still looking for the Tower Key. So I don't know.
I honestly would not be against a Forge if you don't get exactly a Tower Key out of here, because all the remaining spots have enough HP that Forge that any Kane Super Smith weapons will be able to fight enough.
I mean, for Fey March for sure. For Lower Tower, if you think it would basically kind of gamble if Lower Tower has what you need, Keyless Tower giving you the vanilla Tower Key, then you're all set. Yeah, I think the side trip, as you're saying, I think I would still do it. I want Sid, if there's a chance of getting Sid to ultimate power with a Gigantex, I'm all for that.
And also, if I'm gonna have to fight those Feymarch bosses or whatever's on the moon, I want extra firepower. Speed those things up.
Yeah, because Escron is literally using Kane as the anchor, so making Sid more useful is not the worst thing. Not the worst thing. And I don't think we found anything like a good bow and arrow combo for Sid either. So there's more of incentive to do this.
But consider Abel's Lance Kane.
Not just Abel Lance Kane, but although that also counteracts a lot of the curse string, unfortunately. But you get access to free weak, so that's a close. It's D machine adjacent enough, maybe, but I don't think anyone really wants to do a D machine grind here.
I'm just thinking swinging for 3,000-4,000 swing berserked. You don't bother anchoring at that point.
No, that's a beautiful thing. The weapon practically gets Kane to his max attack power, and you get all the benefits. I think a strength bonus and agility bonus, both of which completely required. It's like getting adamant armor. You an instant 3 attack multiplier increase just for having it.
Also, right on the chat. I haven't been watching the room, but I'm going to assume this means something.
Well, I guess there are plenty other people running this race, so it's not so. Someone has to be first, so that's the thing. Escort takes care of the Mom Bomb, no problem. when you're strong enough, you avoiding mini bomb phase is a nice thing.
Yes. Yes, Ryvon, who showed up in chat, has finished this race in first place at time 52:59. I think I can call it out because, he's here.
I mean, these races are quick, folks. That's what this flags is at least allegedly designed for. So and surprisingly, sometimes there might be a few different gambles that were made, that speeds up, the entire process. So like fading Antline would have been one of them. So it's hard. And hey, we're gonna eat someone probably.
For the mop, maybe. For Cecil, not a chance.
No, he's gone. But Cecil's not even. No, Cecil. It's too late for Cecil.
We have no weapons for him. Get out of here, Paladin.
Well, we just did the upgrade. Swap old man for stronger old man. That's the way things are.
Speaking of things that are allergic to mute knives.
It's fine. Might want to parry on this. Or no, he's doing for life lock, and then after getting the swing, do the berserk, and then just let Edge do his thing.
I don't think you need to get fancy here when Edge is swinging for 3k without the berserk.
But he probably wants to get it in as quick, because the berserk will give him practically his free turn, as his turn goes up pretty quick as it is, and that was it.
Yeah, you don't need the life lock when you casually do exact one-shot damage.
Berserk solves a lot of problems. That's all has to be said. Plus, it also helps to have weapons that take advantage of enemies' weakness. So that's always, you see nice big quad damage numbers. So if it's not here, a quick trip to Babel is at hand. So
I would agree.
But even then, that probably is the next best place. I mean, does any kind of fading the?
I think there's a quick trip to Babel, but you're not doing the whole thing.
All right, well, let's go, and that is Escrunt's go mode.
And we know
at the 1 hour mark.
And we know Fiery's going to find it in about a minute and a half later.
Yeah, so not too far behind. Almost curious, Rybon first place. What quarters might have been cut, but we're worried about these two. These it shouldn't be too bad, especially Tower Spot having the least amount of HP.
It's more 597 HP here.
Is that more or less than Mist Cave? I think it's more.
Mist has like 420, 440, somewhere in there.
Yeah, I mean,
the lowest HP spot is Baron in 1 at 400.
Yeah, but we often take that spot for granted sometimes. Sometimes because of the early bosses that roam there. But this is yeah. Have a nice day, girls.
I don't think we use the mute knife on these. I think we just cast a flame and call it a day, or we decide to just pummel them. That works too.
Well, I'm not sure how strong Edge's flame would be. It probably might be close to the edge of hitting the Middle Sister, as Middle Sister would have the bulk of the HP at the spot. So, and Edge's flame isn't known to be that strong when there's no weakness to be taken care of. But that's it for Escrunt. Just needs to wait for the cue.
As soon as Escrunt gets kicked out of the cannon room, we see the explosions, and congratulations message will pop up.
What a nice seed. It's don't have to fight. We don't have to figure out who Hat is.
Yep, there will be no butts fought tonight. It's blowing up our final boss tonight was those Magus sisters, and we're joined by Escrunt.
Hello. Thank you.
So, when what do you think of this seed of your club?
It's this kind of seed which I originally envisioned when I first came up with this flag set. Like, everything came together nicely. You got a couple of nasty surprises along the way. Like, I'm pretty sure this is T-Pro S-Pro, possibly South Quarter, and of course, the moment I saw that crystal pop from the pan block, I was worried that I was going to need to go and fight the Feymarch bosses, which I had intentionally faded. But it turned out that that wasn't the case, and I just, continued running, and I got the harp from Dwarf Castle, from the Warp Glitch, so technically from Silk Cave, and then just harp into Earth Crystal into Tower, and we're done. And I love seeing things like that.
That was a breeze of a seed. Obviously these seeds are meant to be quick.
Oh yeah.
What was your thought going into just peaking? I mean, obviously you were rewarded for peaking early at the Baron Castle basement, as that was the freest of free.
Yeah, like I went into Baron Castle, of course, as early as I did, because I was contemplating peaking the basement immediately afterwards. Given the lack of equipment that I was picking up at the time, I ultimately decided to do that a little bit later. But I'm glad that I waited until I had the full party to do that, since, free experience for everyone. So that it worked out much better than I was expecting.
So was there any thought in your mind of maybe checking out what Coco's gonna forge for Kain?
Oh yeah, like if I needed to head back, like if the Earth Crystal did not give exactly the tower key, which it did, then my first stop underground was going to be Forge, because I would have wanted to see what that would have been. And maybe I'll actually go and look and see what that is, just because I can. Like if I need to take the Feymarch bosses, I might want to be better equipped than I was in order to do that.
And who doesn't love a good Abel's Lance?
You had decided early on that Kain just heck, I don't want him to fight. I just want him to be straight anchor. Was this decided in early on, or were you just kind of contemplating and then kind of decide?
That wasn't exactly an early decision. Like it was as soon as I saw that this was Seek Hero that I knew that if I was going to be taking especially the basement throne, if it turned out to be somewhat difficult, then I needed a good angle. There's the That's of course it is. No, if I was going to be taking like Feymarch bosses or the Baron basement boss or other things like that, then I wanted to have a good anchoring situation set up, and Sea Hero, Kain, that's not exactly ideal. So my intent was, put the curse ring on, put the dwarf axe on, and in scenarios where I want King to actually do damage and swap a better weapon onto him. As it turns out, I never found a situation where I actually did that, but I was prepared to like put the Dragoon Lance on, or if I got the Abel's Lance, then I would have put that on for Feymarch bosses, things like that.
It makes perfect sense. And that's a shop.
Yeah, well, as it turns out, I didn't actually need to come back here and make use of anything here to fight those bosses. But I never even saw who the Feymarch bosses were, but I guess it's not important now anyway.
No, don't worry about the Odin or the turtle that you might have wanted to look at. Yeah.
Okay, well, now I'm glad that I did not need to fight those.
Especially the Odin at King, where Kanderstuck becomes a bit of a challenge when he's the hero.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think I have any other questions. And do you have anything else?
No, I'm pretty good.
Well, in that case, I'll just thank you, Dave and Deathlike, for your comms tonight, and Darth Plagal for pushing the buttons, and Neobari for handling the restream. Thanks to everyone who participated in the race for coming up for this club. This will be the second to last restream race for this club. The next restream of this will be the last for this club, because that puts us on a nice even 12 races. And so, thanks for watching, everyone who's here, and we will see you for the next one of these.
Jeez, Escrunt, that was a seed.
Great. Bye now.
And we're joined by our third place overall finisher, Fiery Blizzard.
That was a Pro and S Pro is a thing.
Yeah, those shops were not friendly.
I went into Evelyn Castle betting on literally not free being at Baron Basement, and I was like, I want Quake, I want Ninja Gear, and I want Dragoon Gear. I hit all of that, but it was literally free downstairs anyways, so it felt a little bit bad.
Oh, that completely understandable. I mean, Edge didn't have anything probably worthwhile at the time, I think, for you, nor Kane.
I had a ninja sword from Ordeals.
I mean, that's a good. I mean, that's halfway there. That's at least that's something. I'm sure you wanted to hit much earlier than that, obviously, because I mean I'm sure the whole Cave of the Castle Eblin checks probably were maybe at least quite a bit of the time difference, at least for the seed.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised. The Hourglass would have helped immensely on DMs. Those are punchy DMs for sure. I was like, this is suspect, and yeah, got proven that needed a little bit more health there. It is indeed an Abel's Lance from Forge, so I can confirm that if you didn't see that on stream.
Yeah, Grunt showed us that while we were talking.
Okay. There was a Mura in the shop too, that's surprising. But no, I mean, this was interesting. I kind of got caught in a couple rabbit holes that didn't need to happen, but at least I didn't take Turtle or Odin.
No, this was not the seed for taking the early Fey March.
No. Except Sand Rupee was there, so I guess you had to go up there early anyways.
Yeah, that was inevitable.
Yeah, it was kind of, I want to say, a straightforward seed, or it should have been straightforward. It was just, it's the S-Pro T-Pro thing, where you just don't get a lot of power and you have to manage it over, you have to manage it.
Yeah, especially, when the shops don't help you and the treasure doesn't help you, yeah, that can be a bummer. I think everyone had that moment where the second fight of the Baron Inn is a surprise. It's like, no, it's happened to everyone, and sometimes the gamble doesn't pay off, and it's happened to everyone at one time or another.
Well, so we get the Darkness Crystal from Football, and I'm just like, okay, let me check the character. I mean, maybe it's a ninja or something like that. And it was a Palom. I'm like, I know there's a Tella in Baron Inn. I refuse to demachine an O-win game. Like, that's never gonna happen. Plus, it's like, I don't like this seed already. I mean, it would be a mistake to demachine a flag set like this. Yeah. So, it wasn't gonna happen regardless. But, it's like, well, thankfully, this is not a full game seed. But, no, it was fine. This is, compared to a lot of the other races this season, relatively inoffensive. Considering last time Baron Basement Castle was an objective, it was a DKC with Bino Freon. And Party 3, I think. So, this was completely the opposite, where it's literally free. But, hopefully, Escra and I put on a good show. That's really all I can hope for.
Both of you put on a fantastic performance throughout the seed.
Yeah, and then we get to see, on the race room, Rybon finishing like 10 minutes before all of us. It's great. Man is a beast. As I mentioned before in the race room, doing cookies when Rybon's in the race is basically just giving him more of a cookie stash to spend on cookie titles. So, no, I said it was a fun little seed. One of the more enjoyable ones, I think, this season.
So because we've had these discussions in 99%ers, how did it feel running a seed without Fusoya showing up immediately?
Oh, it was nice. I mean, Fu at the very end, it's like, okay, cool, replace Sotella. You're like, well, the seed's almost done, and honestly, I'd rather take a Fu if my options are Turtle at Queen, Odin at King, or whatever is at top of tower or cave value. It's like, okay, I'll take the little bit of nuke firepower. But no, I'm sure come the async that's going to open up, Fu will show right back up.
Oh, we're all waiting for it.
Oh, but thank you, NG Dave and Deflag for obviously the commentary, Neobari for restreaming, Darf for pressing all the buttons, a lot of the buttons tonight, and S-Grunt for rolling, like I said, a pretty inoffensive seed. Unfortunately, no C-No free, C-No earned this time, but I'm sure it will happen. We only have one more restreamed race left, so it's going to be the season finale.
Oh, of course, you always gotta save the big stuff for the grand finale, right?
Absolutely. All right, have a good night.
Have a good night.
GG's again, Fiery.
No, that'll do it for our restream, but we're not done with Free Enterprise yet, are we?
No. We'll be rating Possum. He's running a Tricker's Trial Async, the current one. Oh, and I played it. That's a doozy. I will. Just to tell you in advance, I played it already. I don't. It's a doozy, and you will hear lots of words, lots of sentiment said about the seed, and it will be enjoyable. So, and also tomorrow there will be the Bacchus Drinker Club at 10 p.m. Eastern. So, if you want for Free Enterprise, there will be more immediately after, and tomorrow on the free. I think it's at least one of the Free Enterprise channels. I don't know which, but there will be something tomorrow.
This is on Free Enterprise Main, the channel you're on right now.
Yep, and see you all. See you. Have a good night. Have a good day, and see you all next seed.